4,000 financial institutions have said they will use XRP by the end of 2025. This could cause the price of XRP to skyrocket, as Forbes confirmed, to over $59,472.00 in the next 6 to 8 months, and even over $100,000.00, as Brad Gunninghouse, CEO of Gunninghouse, predicted that Bitcoin would reach $200,000.00 by the end of the year, and that XRP would beat it at $654 trillion. 0 cents will start flowing into the XRP ledger in days. Also, it's pretty clear. At this very moment, the price of Bitcoin is $107,000.00. Plus, even just a few weeks ago, the price of a Bitcoin was close to $120,000.00. This makes it very clear why you need to have at least 10 XRP by the end of 2025. You will never do anything more important than this, because it could make you a multi-millionaire quickly. I only need 10 XRP, which is the real amount. Some of you have millions of XRP, some have hundreds of thousands, some have tens of thousands, some only have thousands, and some have none at all. Because all you need is 10 XRP to have the chance to become very wealthy over many generations. Those people will miss out the most. You can get free XRP because we've teamed up with Apple, the biggest XRP market, to make this possible. If you want to make a purchase, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it, and then use the link in the description to sign up for Apple. The amount of the purchase can now be any amount. You can choose any amount, 1 penny, $1, $10. As long as you set up and complete a trade, which only takes 5 minutes, you'll get up to $100.00 in free money that you can use to buy XRP. Which means you will not only have the chance to get a huge bag of XRP, but you will also not have to pay a single dime for it. Yes, you will get the money. All you have to do is give it 5 minutes of your time. You're not going to get 10 XRP. Instead, you'll get 50 or 100 XRP, which you can save for your future or to leave to your children and grandchildren. This 5-minute task could literally make you millions of dollars in the next 2, 3, 4, or 5 years, as Brad Garlinghouse himself said that 14% of the day's transactions, or more than $1,400,000,000,000, 0 cents, would actually flow into the XRP price directly in just 5 years. Plus, it sounds crazy, but even though XRP is worth $2.18 right now and has helped make about $1,530,000,000, 0 cents, its real value is much higher than that. And supply shock can happen at any time if you look at the big picture. Not only are you going to get $1,500,000,000,000, 0 cents from Swift, but all the institutions that want to get in on the XRP system are also going to give us trillions. There are more than 4,000 banks that have said they will use XRP by the end of 2025. And these organizations are an important part of the ecosystem as a whole. Google and several other sources have confirmed that JP Morgan does take XRP for credit card and mortgage payments. Wells Fargo agreed to accept XRP payments for loan and credit card bills once more. This is proven. Experts on Wall Street say that selling XRP is a lot like selling Apple stock in the early days. In another huge relationship, Ripple joined forces with the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, to make it easier for over $14,500,000,000, 0 cents, to be paid through the World Derivatives Market Association. To make things even stranger, it's not just organizations, it's also country reserves around the world. Over 30 countries around the world have said they will be building a central bank digital currency called a CBDC on the XRP ledger, possibly in the next couple of months. James, the Ripple official in charge of cross-border payment integration, has said that they are in talks with many more. Hey guys, this is live, and this is a clip that you may or may not have heard. This is the story. I'm going to quickly go over this. You will soon be able to hear this more clearly, but he makes it clear that, look at these numbers. They're going to show up now. There are 5 countries that have started the process of building a CBDC on the XRP ledger and are almost done. 5 have been given the go-ahead to integrate, and they are about to start adding a CBDC to the XRP ledger. Another 20 actually got in touch with Ripple to let them know that we want to build a CBDC on top of the XRP system. This is very big. This is about 15.38% of the world's countries. You are once more talking about 30 countries. Of these countries, Russia, the United Arab Emirates, Japan, and many others are on the large scale. Guys, check out this study from Ripple. It says that crypto is serious business and that CBDCs are on the XRP ledger. In your hands is the Republic of Palau. Russia and Montenegro are there. The UAE, which stands for the United Arab Emirates, includes Uruguay, Hong Kong, Japan, New Zealand, and the UAE. As well as those countries, there are possibly a lot more on the list that haven't been made public yet so that people like us can find out. But the real deal, and this is something we want to go into more detail on, is that one of the biggest institutions is adding over $650 trillion, 0 cents, to the ex-European record. Yes, RealFi is adding $654 trillion, $390 billion, 0 cents, to the XRP ledger with their own coin, which is based on the XRPL and is real. I found it interesting that each XRP is worth $10 million, 0 cents. We'll talk more about this soon. We think that the price of XRP will be at least $1 million, 0 cents per XRP, or $10 million, 0 cents for 10 XRP. This was mentioned by eScene and was put up in 2022. Further, it says that 10 XRP will one day be worth $10 million, 0 cents. He then told her that Bitcoin was only a test run for XRP, which would be the first token worth more than $1 million. What's more, 10 XRP will soon be worth $10 million, 0 cents. Don't be dumb. Act like a bank before it opens is slimy. What did they both have in common? In this case, it's about XRP, and it has to do with Bitcoin. Both East Mini and Brad Gerlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, have talked about how XRP is similar to Bitcoin. He said that Bitcoin will hit 200,000, but XRP will go beyond that. Forbes wrote about it and said that XRP is meant to be $10,000, 0 cents, and must be able to grow to handle 7.5 billion people. Actually, that was Arthur Britta, one of the founders of XRP. But I think Forbes said in one of their old stories that XRP is the new Bitcoin and it's going to $59,472, 0 cents, or something like that. All of these numbers have something to do with the price of XRP, which will go above Bitcoin. Things get really important now, and XRP goes to a whole new level. I mean, thousands of dollars right away because of one simple event that caused supply shock. These are the places where money will be made because they are short term. We're not talking about years here. We're talking about days or weeks when $650 or trillion will start to flow. Everything will be done in real time using the RealTint token, which was built on the XRP platform and paid for with XRP. Let's be clear about this. The RealFi company is adding assets from the $654, 0 cents, trillion West Bay market and the real world to the XRP ledger as soon as 2 to 3 weeks from now. Additionally, they told the RealFi team that they are almost done forming a big institutional partnership that will allow millions of dollars to be spent in the RealFi ecosystem and through the use of the Real token. What's crazy is that the Real token is built on top of the XRP ledger. This means that every trade that goes through Real token has to go through XRP and the XRP ledger. As a result, there will be a supply shock for Real token, and the price will hit $65,000, 0 cents, which is not hard to do. Not even 1% of the $654 trillion, 0 cents, can go into Real token. That's over $65,000, 0 cents, and it can happen immediately and overnight, as many experts and researchers have said many times. But this would also make XRP go to $11,000, 0 cents, in one night. There is an update on the burning of Real tokens that you can see here. They have already burned 20% of the Real tokens that were available in phase 1.